Okay, this is UC. UC is an entry into DeceptionVille, which is the first challenge of the Hammer Cup 2022, hosted on runthinkshootlive.com. I'm not sure who said that. I thought it was him, but then he said let's get out, and so it suddenly switched to be him. But I guess we're in a prison cell, and...
Hey, Doc. Sorry.
This is prison break. I guess we can go back and have a look around at the prison cell. I wonder if there's anything to find.
Let me get out of your way.
No. So I've obviously made my thoughts clear on game text on screen to, you know, in the place of people talking. I will not back down on my stance on this. I know there's been some people recently really pushing back on this notion. Oh my goodness. Oh. I thought I just found like a secret, but I guess that was all part of the sequence. I have to confess, this looks really good. I know there'll be people who disagree with me and tell me it's average, but as far as fill maps go, it's quite good. He's got the key. To what?
Excuse me.
So we can see stuff going on. We can see that this is clearly part of a bigger narrative, which is quite good because you can see the citizens, the buildings, which are quite nice. That purple building, which is majestic. I like the colours, actually. The colours are really well put together. I'm just going to continue looking out over here for longer, if that's okay, to really drink it in. But it's like a vista. Now, maybe we won't be over there, or maybe this is part of the level. We'll see. I might need to comment on that later on, so I will hold that thought. It's fine, I got my sniper rifle. So, I don't think that fight was bad. It was quite good. Like, they were in very unique positions, or very different positions. They weren't all like standing here. I think a less experienced mapper would have just had them standing there. We would have run in and fought them. But we can see what I think is kind of a... Well, I'm guessing we're heading to that big building in the centre of kind of the scene as we round the corner. I'm guessing. That's what my initial impression is, and as the player, that is what I have... that's what I'm interpreting. That's that brick building, yeah. And already I see there's like a... probably a jump that we're going to have to do. And this area is very messy, and I say that in a good way. Or it's like there's a lot to it, so we can go underneath here to this side. We can see inside the brick building. Go up this side. I think we can even go into this tower. Can't jump up here because presumably there's not very much over the other side. Oh, we can see some citizens, which is quite cool. Yeah. So let's eventually do what you've all been waiting for me to do, but I've just been drinking in the kind of this area of exploration. It was combat oriented to start with. The area is being reused for exploration, not like exploration where we're going to spend hours looking. Well, I might, but just, you know, exploration to find stuff. Sure. That kind of works. Not a standard Half-Life mechanic, that. But I presume it's been well designed that people will understand what to do. And I don't disagree, or I don't think it's bad to put new mechanics into Half-Life mods and maps. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if that's a bit of foreshadowing or something. But,
Excuse me.
okay, we've got this underground. I didn't catch that text on screen. I mean, it really does take you out of the you know, immersion. Now, and obviously, for this map to work, I presume this dialogue actually needs to be communicated to the player. So in this case, text on screen probably is the only way to communicate to the player. But it's still not a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on about it now. I've made my point. I've beat that horse has been beaten enough for now. I like the kind of minimal detail in this area. It, you know, like this stuff here, it's not a lot. It's not the sort of detail you find in games today, but it doesn't need to be. You really don't need to over detail your maps. This is something I've been doing recently. If you look back to Cosmonauts, my map in Stalwart XT, you see I do a lot of visual clutter. But you really don't need it. You know, because modern games do the visual clutter, and that's what I kind of wanted to go for, but now you know, whenever I next design a map, I'm really going to focus on simplicity and making the map not cluttered with props, and I think this is you know, that's a good example of it back then. Back there. It's very small. I thought that was going to be a puzzle, because every time you see a red valve, you think, alright, I'm gonna have to turn the steam off. This bit reminds me of Half-Life Alyx. Which I must do a video on at some time. It's been 2 years since it's released now. Well, over 2 years now. And again, this is kind of very messy design, but not in a bad way. Because obviously you think messy, you think, oh, that's awful. But, you know, a messy layout. So it's not as simple as run straight into a door. There could very easily be a door here into this building. I mean, I don't know if that's where we're going to go. I guess it is, as it's, you know, as you round the corner, it's front and center in your view. Oh my goodness, there's a guy up there. You know, the doors, you know, I presume there's a door here, as we can see, but it's behind these fence gates, or just fences. And we can also go this way. So it's cluttered in a, well, layout is cluttered. I think this is kind of getting the impression that the citizens have blocked this place up. And we have to find another way around, basically. I thought there was going to be some combat sequence here. Can we do parkour on this? Nope, not hunt down the Freeman. Oh, I thought they weren't going to obstruct her. Jump. I'm going to look down here because I think this isn't the way to go, so just in case I'm missing anything, I don't want to rush past. These cones could very easily not have any clipping and it'd be just the same. Oh. Anyway, I think I've decided that there's nothing down there. There's a very clear jump. In fact, if we go back here, we can clearly see the arrows and the pink trim that draws your attention to this area. Again, I would get rid of these cones. They're nothing but obstructive. Uh-oh. I'm losing what's going on with this text. What do I do? Is this us being deceived, I guess? I guess. That's my catchphrase. Right. Oh, is that it? That was a very surprise ending for me. I didn't expect it to end that quickly. I expected there to be more of a fight, more of an ending. Now, I think I said a few maps ago in like previous videos that I don't believe every map needs a boss fight. I think in fact now you're probably having a better chance at making a decent map without like a normal boss fight, or the boss fight you get all the time, or the style of boss fight, it can get very tedious and predictable. So we'll play over this map again, and I'll go through the stuff I maybe missed and talk and just reiterate. So if you feel like you've already seen this, then feel free to go and do something else. I really enjoyed a lot of this map. This first escape sequence wasn't particularly... It was confusing because of the narrative. The narrative really hindered this part of the map. But the minute I got out here, the map really does take off and becomes interesting. You can see the city, very nice detail. I know it's not like AAA detail that you get nowadays. That's not the point. This is a Half-Life 2 level, a custom Half-Life 2 level. For what it is, it's very nice. And it's got that kind of Source charm to it. You can see stuff going on. And as I said, as soon as you're around this corner, you can see the area that you're going to go. In fact, I missed that the first time, I think. And wow, you can see like the birds. I think they were seagulls or pigeons or something like that. I think they're pigeons. Not that it matters. So, as I was saying, you could see that area straight away. I'll go and collect some of the valuables, and just to reiterate, this area then becomes an exploration area where you could go and hunt around, stock up on ammo. I have to spam the open use key on this because I've been doing it for years and it's become a habit. So yeah, from the point where you come outside, this map is really good, really enjoyable. So I did comment on this the first time, but it's not a standard mechanic, but you can, it's right in front of you, the solution to this. You need to get him across, otherwise the gate won't open. So I thought it had initially falling down there. I'm not sure if there's any way to kind of break this, but it at least shows you that it gives you a hint as to what's going to happen. I think most people would understand that that's what's happening. There's nothing really that people can get confused about. So really well executed. And then I think this is some foreshadowing. He does the whole jumping down thing, and then I think there was a Metro Cop here, and yeah, which is kind of like to show the kind of deception going on.
Sorry, Freeman.
And we can see where we're going to be going. So it's kind of a circular route, which is something that was often done in these oh, he's going to drown. Kind of the canal maps at the start of Half-Life 2. In Route Canal. No. Now we can see where we were. Very good for navigation. I don't remember what comes next. More man hacks with the kind of the items placed there. That's kind of what the design was like again in Half-Life 2, which is very, that's a good thing that it's been kind of mimicked here, and as much as manhacks aren't particularly popular, I think there's certainly a time and a place for them. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. I guess this is where the deception kicks in that he's baiting you into that building. Once again, very messy level layout. You've got the fences, you've got stuff going on, you've got walls and dumpsters that are at funny angles, or not 90-degree angles, which is good. Makes for more exploration and more curiosity and whatnot. I think it could be a bit more clear that this door is where you're going to go, because I think I ran round here and I wasn't sure, but if I could see that this is clearly the goal, it might help with getting your bearings. But it's not, that's just a side nitpick, or maybe a suggestion, to maybe have a light. Just walk straight through the... I think, is that like a skybox building? I don't know. Again, I would just remove them. They're just needless details. And then a nice, very clear jump down here. And then from here on out to the end, it's very... I don't want to say disappointing, because that would be a huge injustice to this map, which was had a lot of great stuff in it. Really, I have to say this is probably my favourite in this Ville so far that I've played. And this is... I wish I was more invested in this story, because then this would be like a, something that meaningful. But at the moment, as I say, it's kind of hard to fully understand because I'm trying to read. But overall, the deception aspect of it's really good. Simple, but we've been trapped, and I expected a fight here, because this area you can see out there and round here would make for a great fighting area. Especially if we could go into the upper floors of the building we're in and maybe fight like that up there, maybe a few gunships. With the time factor of the Ville or the test tube or whatever it is, I mean, I don't quite know. It's kind of confusing with the whole map labs and hammer cup thing. With the limited time, I can understand why that's the way it was. But overall, that so far is my favourite map from DeceptionVille. It had a lot of good concepts in it, and hopefully it would be even better with proper voice acting opposed to game text.